Well, that should be taken down, and Summoner Blocker should be put up.
Okay. We are Ban Poppy. Okay, Alalia has to actually play a different champion, so this could go either way now. I like how Poppy's the first ban, not Cassidon. Poppy. That's awesome.
Just get that out of here. We don't want to see it.
What does she play other than Poppy? I can't even remember what her other champs are.
That's an excellent question.
I could cheat and look at my notes, but I don't want to tab away and risk having the thing break and then not load into the game again. You see Cassidon, Wukong, Urgot, Yorick banned. What are bottom lane chip? Malphite! Someone banned Malphite!
Oh
yes!
Man, finally.
No one ever bans Malphite. He actually got banned for once.
That leaves some other people open though. Jax is open.
Jax Pantheon.
Pantheon. Lulu.
Oh, that's right.
Oh
Lulu
man. That Lulu lock-in.
Lulu is fed up with your crap, and she's going to kill you. Glitter Lance OP.
You know, I actually don't see Lulu's at all anymore on Summoner's Rift. She just completely fell off the face of the earth on Summoner's Rift. I'm not sure why. I mean, not necessarily just in tournament games, even in normal games. I don't see her. Kind of makes me sad. I think she has a good kit for any of these maps, but of course, we here at Dominate Dominion have seen her do quite well on the Crystal Scar. The range, just the utility, so much to offer. So much to offer.
So much to ban too.
Yeah, so much to ban. Man.
And oh, well, all right. Well, that's ouch. He's rough. Darius is dead. Okay.
You know, not a big surprise there. Talpian is.
I feel like we're gonna start seeing Malphite and Ezreal bans in the future. Ezreal's scary.
I mean,
he's been really well represented recently.
Yeah, especially if the summoner knows how to play Ezreal, his potential is really high. It's just one of those high risk, high rewards. He has a high skill cap. You have to do a lot of decision making on your own, even as more so than some other AD carries. Your position is so crucial. Your timing is so crucial. But then again, yeah, if it's a summoner who knows how to play that champ, it's one of those champs where the scariness suddenly multiplies by 100. The summoner is used to playing them, and I think that's why Ezreal is so cool. I like playing Ezreal. I would not say I'm great at him. I think I understand him. I don't necessarily always follow through with the knowledge I have though. So we'll see how that goes down as I continue playing this game. But yep, we're seeing Jack. It's pretty much just like the champions we've talked about. Swain.
Yay! I love Swain. Swain makes me so happy to see. I'm a big fan of that champion because his sustain's good. He's got a dot. Dot damage is something you don't... dot meaning damage over time effect. I love dots. You don't see too many of them in the game. And he's got a snare. He has a bird with a freaking laser. He turns to half of a bird and throws little birds at you. He's all about the birds and the lasers and the snare and the dot damage while you're running away. Such a good champion. I love it. And we know how strong Jax is. We've seen that. Been able to, get that leap strike to get in and out of fights, counterattack, kind of block some of that damage for a minute, get some stun off. Rammus pick.
Oh, man.
Haven't seen one of those in a while, but with Malphite banned, maybe Rammus is the way to... Nope, Kog'Maw. Sup.
Oh, they be trolling. It's going to be not either of those champions. It's going to be someone completely different.
It's going to be Fiddlesticks, watch. Or Fiora or something.
Man, I'm going to put this out there. If you guys are watching the players, just someone please pick Jace. I just want to see Jace. I haven't been able to play.
They'll ban him instead of pick him.
Game 2.
He's banned the next 2 games. Yep.
It's going to be Rammus and Warwick. So Rammus is in this game. Warwick, we haven't... Did we see a Warwick today? I don't think so.
I think we had a Warwick banned today, I think.
Yeah.
We've seen Warwick picked.
But there's Kog'Maw now being highlighted on the other side.
Really good champion. Wouldn't be surprised if he got picked at all. It's a good little guy. Who's Confedarius? New.
What is this? Summoner's Rift? We got.
I don't know.
We got Jax in the jungle, Swain top movement. New and Kog'Maw.
Can you jungle Jax?
You can. He's much more preferred top lane, but he's not necessarily bad in the jungle. It's just that he doesn't shine in the jungle while he shines immensely in the top lane. But
gotcha.
But this is definitely the Crystal Scar, as you guys can see on the screen. But we still have Nuda and Kog'Maw on the same team. They're good buddies. They work well together. We're just waiting for one last pick here on the side of blind pick Banditos.
I don't have the faintest idea what a Parkhurst is going to pick. I mean, I know he plays some Mals, but I don't think he's going to play Mals in this game. So, I have no idea.
Not even giving us a hint. No troll highlights, nothing. Just being patient, waiting for that timer to go through.
Just locks in his Orianna, confuses everyone.
Just hard locks. It's like someone you've never seen on the Crystal Scar. Alright.
Oh, Janna, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm really tempted to try out Orianna bot lane in Dominion, but I just feel like, no. I just feel like her ball mechanics make it a horrible idea to try and use her.
She's pretty tough to use. I always misjudge her range. I loved her on release, but I never got used to her range. So, like, the range of her abilities. So I'd always mess it up because I smart cast most of my champions. I do have 2 rows of hotkeys set, so I can smart cast or normal cast depending on the champion. But most people I prefer to smart cast. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm not sure why I've never tried not smart casting an Orianna. That would probably help me out a lot. I'm so silly.
I wish that when you do smart casting, there was still a way to see the range circle without having to mouse over the damn thing.
Well, they do now. They implemented that, but it's you have to check it. I think it still exists, right? Where you have to hold it down to see the range, and then it activates on release of the key.
Oh, I was unaware of that.
Yeah, so it exists. Personally, since I got used to having 2 rows, I usually just press my normal cast, check the range, and then turn it off with a right click and move on with my life. I know a lot of people liked it. For me, it was a mechanic I couldn't get used to because I always use smart casting to just spam spells out. So it was like, man, I'm like seeing these ranges flash on and off on my screen, and I have to like wait for the release. And if I hold on to the key by accident, it doesn't happen. But some people got used to it and they loved the implementation of that. But yeah, it exists. But we are in the delay, so we're gonna check out some summer spells. And there's nothing too special. We do have Nunu is going to be the one going with Reviving Knight, while Darius is going to be the one on the other team with Reviving Knight. Otherwise, pretty much standard. We have 3 garrisons on the purple side, again going against 2 garrisons on the blue side with 2 exhausts, and then 1 exhaust for Talith PA. Yeah, it's in more options. That's what we're being told.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there.
Well, I'll check that out because that'll be really useful for people that have like long range stuff, like stuff that's like solar flare range and longer.
Yeah, it is definitely good to know because if you're not used to the range and you're like spamming smart cast, your character is like blindly walking and you're like, why aren't they casting this spell? A lot of the champions I play, often of course I've made sure I pretty much remember the range on screen, so I never have to guess it. But people like Orianna, I just never got used to it. For instance, like Ezreal, I smart cast and I know exactly on my screen how far his skill shots go, so I can kind of poke at the maximum range.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at this game. I don't know what like half the options are. I just kind of play it. I don't know what most of the champion abilities are called, or what they do, or what their ranges are. I just like I have no idea what half the options do. Half the items I don't know the names of. I just like play a lot. It's really weird.
There's
but it's kind of like
learn,
a bizarre environment when you don't. It's really good, I think, because I don't overthink anything that way. I know in StarCraft and in WoW, I would overthink the crap out of everything because I knew everything. But this, I just like I know the stuff that my champion does, and I just like I'll ask my teammates all the time, be like, "Hey, what does Swain do?" And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "I don't know. I've never played him." It's like, how many stuns does Kennen have? A lot. How many is a lot? How many do I have to count before I can ult? Count to 2, and then ult. Okay. It's like, how come I can't slow Aurelia? Oh, she has like super tenacity. Oh, okay.
I mean, I totally know what you mean though, and that's a huge problem I had, and I'm starting to get over. Is when I play ranked in Summoner's Rift, I always overthink it, and I'm like, well, I know the counter to this champion. I know exactly what their abilities do. I know the AP ratio differences. Blah blah blah. But then I end up picking someone I'm not like great with, just because in my head theoretically it works out, and then I'm like, and then I feed, and I'm like, I'm so bad at this game, and I tank my elo. Yeah, I like stopped playing champions I enjoy. I stopped playing champions I know inside and out. I started playing champions that I knew did well, and that doesn't translate that. Like when you're playing, this is a good tip for everyone. When you're playing, you gotta play champions you like and that you're good at. And when you're learning, yeah, like if you want, oh my, I clicked off, and I have to
So you broke yours this time.
no, but hopefully I'll be able to change it. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and change it right now.
All right. I'll intro the thing then. While you're doing that, we have this is the finals. This is Game 1, Dominate Dominion League, the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 12. This is the finals, Game 1. Wait, I said that already. Whatever. We have Blind Pick Banditos versus Pays Evelyn Child Support. This is Pays Evelyn Child Support's second consecutive finals appearance. Really excited to see if they can pull off another first place victory here. We have on Pays Evelyn Child Support's team, we have Infeed playing as Nunu, Captain Blueberry playing as Swain, Painkiller playing as Lulu, Convidarius playing as Jax, and Hayfard playing as Kog'Maw. On Blind Pick Banditos' team, we have Talith PA playing as Ezreal, Eulalia playing as Warwick, Aish playing as Rammus, Jaja playing as Darius, and Parker's playing as Gianna.
Yep.
My screen lagged.
No.
Weird.
Maybe your client's still broken, man. I'm back in. No problem.
Yeah, mine freaked out. I'm staring at it.
This
it's going.
There,
there it goes. Also, I want to say, Sup Chung 101 in the chat. Thanks for watching. I'm pretty sure this isn't the first time you've watched, so thanks for checking out again. Also, to address your thing, there's 500 abilities in the game. I challenge you to write them all down in Notepad doc for memory and what they all do.
It's pretty. I mean, I legitimately.
There's stuff I don't know. I'll call it out so you guys know. I just don't want you guys to get the impression that I'm a blatant know-it-all master of this game. I don't want to make a call by assuming that a champion ability does something. I want to be like, oh, it's this and it does this. I don't make calls that I'm not sure of because that's bad for viewers. I would rather be like, I don't know, rather than make a guess and guess wrong. Because then if you don't know a viewer that doesn't know what an ability is, it doesn't work out.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough.
I'm learning.
I've practiced memorizing abilities, and then someone will suddenly pull out this champion you haven't seen for a couple months in a tournament. You're like, man, I totally practiced everything else in the current meta, but I don't know. I just cheat. I just click on the champion in game, and I just check their abilities like I'm doing right now. But we do have... Oh, and the Never Move is going to land onto Darius. Darius has taken a ton of damage already. Still goes for the aggressive apprehend and gets Painkiller. And there's the taunt to follow after. Good setup from Darius into Rammus. They're going to continue chasing those. And who is at the tower? No one is at the tower. It's just being left alone. They're just fighting next to it without anyone channeling. And the first blood goes to Darius. And then Ezreal picks up the kill onto Jax. Meanwhile, Jaja and Darius still has taken a lot of damage from Swain, but Swain is now almost out of mana. So Rammus is going to start charging in while Darius has now begun the channel at this windmill.
Slows him as best he can with the little bird, and he is going to take a ton of damage. He does get that snare off for a little bit of extra there before he dies, though. But the revives have happened. Convidarius is going to cut in for the drill. No, he's going to poke his head out, reveal himself, and then turn around and go back the other way, maybe hoping to bait a movement there, but wasn't able to do so. Snags that health rock on the way up to the top there. Noon's all the way over by Janna's tower already, but things don't seem too crazy over there yet, though he does have the creep wave pushed up against it. At the top, a garrison goes down to defend that turret. Talith PA gets turned into a small animal, and Eulalia is taking a ton of... Another garrison goes off on the tower, while Eulalia is taken down. Convidarius low on health up there, but Exhaust goes off on Jaja to keep him alive just a little bit longer there. Apprehend pulls Blueberry into the turret, takes a lot of extra damage from that, and Aish's Rammus escapes narrowly there, low on hit points, but the minions are right up against this tower. Talith PA shows back up to the fight there, blinks on up there, and Aish is going around, trying to find someone to hit, and where we go. Eulalia with the suppress, Aish with the airborne, Painkiller just hanging out in the back.
That infinite duress out of nowhere, logging down that Kog'Maw, and Blind Pick's doing well so far. They've held the windmill from the beginning, but of course tide can change at any time. Parker's still being pressured, like you said, quite a bit. Has already lost a lot of health. The tower's already down below half because of just the minions pushing. And Infeed's pretty much just farming these minions as soon as they spawn, using that health relic, using his consume. to stay on top of this and just denies the entire creep wave. That's pretty impressive. Meanwhile, Talus PA waiting for Jaja, and they're going to move on up together. We have Convertarius hiding here. Isn't going to initiate because it is a 2v1. The Mystic Shot won't hit though, so Talus PA is going to check that, but Convertarius has already begun his retreat. Half-Hearted actually also going to get hit by the Mystic Shot, getting more or less revealed. Of course, they don't have vision, but they know he's there, and Eulalia is going to start chasing him away, zoning him out. This has split up the enemy team. It's Swain and Jax now caught away from Kog'Maw. They're going to turn right back around. There's a True Shot project. I'm not sure if it hit. It hit Confitarius, though, not Booberry, and Jaja's going to get the Noxian Guillotine onto Jax. Meanwhile, Talus PA doing his best to zone out, but here comes Lulu. Is Arcane Shift enough to save him? For the time being, it appears to be so.
Down at the bottom there, I was actually kind of fascinated with what Infeed was doing. He was camping the spawn of the creeps and just letting his minions kind of slowly chip away on the tower. Forced a garrison out of a Parkhurst already. If he keeps pulling that, he's going to get neutrals off on this tower without actually really putting himself in that much danger. Yeah. Over on the other end of the map, though, yeah, I hadn't seen that before. And Aish is over in the amidst enemy team there. And Darius in that fight as well, taking a big chunk out of Painkiller's life, but they really want to get Aish down. It's a little unusual watching them dive for a Rammus that hard, but they were absolutely determined to get him off the map, and fight breaking out down at the bottom. Parkhurst low on hit points. Confidarius is going to jump in for that. Slows down the Empower, but a couple of Airborns keep him away from Janna right there. Infeed falling back towards that Health Relic, kind him towards Painkiller and Half-Hearted, as Swain and Ezreal hold the top of the map secure. Jaja taking a bunch of damage. Right there, and now it's a 3v3 with a neutral tower, but most of Pex's team is low on hit points right now. It's just one good crowd control away from someone getting killed there. Eulalia is slowly chasing Infeed away and is going to let him go. And up at the top, Captain Booberry and Talus PA are just keeping things legit, keeping things balanced. Nothing big going on up there, letting the things play out bottom while their presence up there is deterring each other from being able to make a move on that.
Yep, so everything's kind of stopped. Both teams have retreated a lot to just regroup. But yeah, like you said, that strategy coming up from Infeed, it's something you sometimes see in Summoner's Rift. In other similar MOBAs, you see it done quite a bit, in fact, such as Dota or Han, where you go behind the tower and you deny the minions, so your creeps are the ones pushing. But hold that thought, because Aish is going to jump right in, but finds two people, and Half-Hearted actually coming from the side to make it 3v2 right here in the middle. But to continue that thought, if you deny that and your creeps are forcing them and they don't have a great wave clear ability just yet in the game, as you saw, Janna's going to have a rough time early on just fighting purely minions, and Confitarius is going to run right into the entire enemy team. The counter strike gets 2 stuns though, but Eulalia countering that with the Infinite Dress right after is able to regain a lot of health, and the exhaust on Jaja was not enough. The true damage still gets the kill. Eulalia running pretty low, but still is surviving. The Noxian Guillotine comes down, however, Eulalia still goes down to the hands of Captain Booberry playing Swain, and now Painkiller making a run for it. Jaja and Aish chase them out a little bit. I mean, they still hold the 3 cap though, so Blind Faith doesn't need to do anything out of the ordinary to keep their lead. They just have to maintain the status quo as it is right now.
And Jaja looking to back up Aish over there in the middle of the map, showing up to kind of help him out. He's got the Storm Shield. He is going to recall there, and they see Talus PA. They're sweeping up towards the top of the map. It looks like they might be going for him. Painkiller is cutting around the side. Maybe going to catch Talus PA with that Airborne. Is this something that we might see? Captain Booberry up there going for him. And they're going to go ahead and they're going to just click on that tower. Confidarius is going to cut around on the side there. He's going to Arcane Shift, but he's going to Arcane Shift right over one ability and into another. Eulalia tanking up there, trying to disrupt as much as she can. Garrison gets thrown down there. Jaja up at the fight, trying to deal with Confidarius. The ult is not quite enough to put Confidarius down, though. He does get taken out a moment later. The Infinite Duress goes off on Painkiller as Eulalia switches targets over to Have to interrupt him. Lots of back and forth interruption here. Eulalia just running back and forth playing whack-a-mole, trying to keep these guys off this tower. And that sustain from Warwick, we're really seeing it come into play a couple times in the fight before this end, and this one still on the point. Able to get that kill off on Kog'Maw before going down even. And Garrison down from Aish saving the tower. Wants to kill Painkiller, might not be able to land it. Swain's doing as best he can to keep it from happening. Throws down the defensive snare there. Painkiller throws out the ult. And is Aish going to be okay? Talos PA is on his way up. Are we going to see Painkiller go down? No, Painkiller moves out of the way just in time, though, but decides to turn around and get that CC off, but I think that put him in range to get killed right there. Things not working out so great for Lulu in that, and the windmill still controlled by Blind Pick Banditos.
Man,
that sustain from Warwick.
That whack-a-mole sequence we had from Warwick was very, very impressive. Meanwhile, Darius is going to stop the channel on the Storm Shield. That Confiteers really wanted that. A really, really good interrupt by Darius. And Hayparted checking that brush with the artillery. And it's going to spot Eulalia, so they're going to just both back off just a little bit, regroup. But yeah, Warwick, that sustain was crazy. Meanwhile, Rammus is coming down here, hits that speed shrine. Oh, actually is going to wrap right back around top. They see that Swain this time around is going to get that Storm Shield. He does, in fact, get it. Oh, no. Aish is going to go for the bottom quarry, but Parkhurst is running really low, gets taken off an infeed, so they might just trade towers here. Meanwhile, there's a huge fight going on next to the drill. We see Confiteers chasing out Jaja, then turns right back around as they want to target down Eulalia and Talaki as they run low. Eulalia this time not able to sustain because there's 4 people focusing her down entirely, and then they turn right back onto Talaki, and the kill is actually both going to Hayparted. That's exactly where they want it, and so that's a double kill, and they're going to be able to neutralize and capture this drill. And so Jaja takes note of that and runs straight for the refinery, where already the red team's minions have pushed out quite a bit.
Map completely flipped around. Blind Pick Banditos has all the points on the wrong side, and Pex has the points on the other side. Lulu breaking off to the windmill to be able to get the neutral off on it, but she's not going to be able to get that cap before Rammus shows up there with that speed. Oh, well, Glitterlance is really, really good, apparently. That significant slow there, and Rammus actually throws down Tremors on that engagement up there at the top. Defending the drill over here is Captain Booberry, solo mode over here, trying to lay this for as long as he can, throwing down some damage. But ultimately, he does fall, and the drill is going to get picked back up by Blind Pick Banditos. Nunu chasing Jenna away up towards the drill. Rammus is going to go ahead and pick up the windmill, and Darius is going to swing down to defend the refinery, maybe? Looks like he's just looking for someone to kill around here. Havehard is going to kind of zone him away as Confidarius reclaims the refinery. True Shot Barrage goes down. Hits Confidarius, gets a little bit of a brief interrupt on that, and that might be just enough time for Rammus to show up over here, and that is what they were looking to do. Gets that taunt off, pulls him right back over into that tower, but Confidarius is going to use this as an opportunity to jump over it for Jaja after being pulled closer to him by Rammus. He is going to get taken down, unfortunately, and Jaja is also going to take down Half-Hearted. But now it's Booberry and Confidarius back in the fight with that revive immediately coming back. Aish is going to get taken out. The tower does go neutral, and Painkiller is chasing Eulalia now.
Yep, Eulalia running pretty low. That Glitterlance so strong, but none of them stayed back to take back this refinery. Finally, Hayparted is going to come back around and capture for their team. Waited a little bit long, but they want to pressure this windmill. They know it's just Eulalia around here, and they're going to be able to get that kill and start to neutralize up here. Just towers rotating around for both teams. Around the map, we see caps going back and forth. For now, Blind Pick still has that, 3 cap, and that's a good arcane shift. But Tal PA is just so good at pre-planning where the arcane shift's going to go, but this time it just wasn't enough to stun land, and there's the damage coming in also from Hayparted, and Pex finally going to regain control of that windmill and have their own 3 cap for the time being. Meanwhile, bottom, Parkhurst again having so much trouble with infeed, but this is just going to give Aish another chance again to go right behind him and start the cap onto this quarry. They've been doing this quite a few times so far. Gonna get the neutralized before Jax is able to get there, and a job done is the job done. Gonna run right into Infeed, gets the taunt, and that's a ton of damage. That's 4v1. Noxian guillotine to secure that kill. It is still 3v4 though. Jax is here, Lulu is here, and with Lulu and Colin down some good poke, Nunu comes right back with the revive. It's a 4v4 now. Jax jumps right in. He's gonna get a good counter strike onto all 3 of Union players, and there's the Empire coming up from Nunu. Infeed helps secure the kill onto Darius. They're gonna turn right back on Eulalia. Eulalia is also going to get bursted down by all 4 people, and they're going to be able to recap the quarry right away. Meanwhile, top, it's Booberry versus Talos PA.
And Booberry and Talos PA are exchanging blows for quite a while there, and you see that that heal reduction being dropped on Booberry up at the top there by Tal with that Executioner's Calling. Wants to really limit that healing that he gets from his ultimate there, and Ace showing up at the fight is going to help take him out, and yes, Talos PA does escape just slightly there. Painkiller's going to go for that Glitter Lance. Painkiller wants that kill, isn't going to get that kill. Garrison gets dropped down on that tower right there. Wanted to make sure that goes off before Painkiller gets taken out, and Painkiller's actually just going to get away. Painkiller, better survival, 2-digit hit points, standard, gets apprehended by Jaja, though, unfortunately, before going down. And Aish, low on hit points, is still trying to contribute to the fight as best he can, but he does get snared right there. He's going to get picked off. Nice shot by Swain being able to lock him down like that. And Peck's still in control of these 3 towers.
Yep, they've changed the momentum around, and that was a really good snare by Swain, helping not only save his teammate, but also secure that kill. Meanwhile, Infeed's just been at it on this bottom tower. All the minions have just constantly been on this side, and that's what's allowed Aish to constantly try to go for that back cap, but Infeed pushes so well. Well, really just leaving the minions to push, putting down a lot of damage onto Parker's, but Jaja has shown up from behind, so Infeed not in such a great place. The tower is still there. Parker's also at decent health to stick around and help with the utility, with the crowd control, but again, Nunu pretty tanky, and here comes Eulalia, but this means that they've drawn away so many resources from Blind Pick. How it's going to work out in the rest of the map? They do draw him back in with Apprehend, but there's an ultimate from Lulu, making him even bigger. The ultimate was cancelled though with that good Howling Gale. Meanwhile, Jax is on a killing spree, is going to survive with so little health, picks up the health relic, and now Aish is fighting off Half-Hearted and Captain Blueberry, and now turning back onto Cometarius because Cometarius is the one that's low. He uses Counter-Strike effectively, but gets taunted. He is going to get taken down by Rammus. Meanwhile, Elia trying to chase down Half-Hearted, and Half-Hearted doing everything in his power to kite. Kog'Maw just running away with that speed shrine. Is going to reach the windmill. Is that going to stop Elia? We'll see. No, Elia's going to just ignore the minions, go straight for this Kog'Maw, and there's another Void Ooze, though very, very well placed. And they're just going to pretty much play Ring Around the Rosie until Painkiller gets here, but there's a ton of minions they're going to need to clear out first.
There's a sick blink by Ezreal into killing Blueberry over there, over at the refinery. But up at the top here, Half-Hearted is the focus target right now. They want to get him down. Painkiller is doing his best to add some chip damage and trying to get Eulalia there. And Talithpia showing up at the fight to help clean this up, throwing a lot of damage onto the engagement. It gets turned into a small animal. Jax jumps on him, and this tower is almost neutral here. Once that defender's advantage goes away, I can see this falling very, very quickly. Confidare is doing his best to defend against it, but he needs to be able to catch Talithpia, and Ezreal is a very hard champion to catch. He's almost got it, however, he is able to get Ezreal down, but now he has to do it with Eulalia, and Eulalia has great sustain. He's going to drop that stun, but Swain shows up to help secure that kill. Now Jaja is here, and Confidare is low on health. The only way he can really get a lot of damage is if he lands a good stun, but no, Aish is going to cut around from behind. Things not looking good for Jax now. Captain Blueberry is going to try and defend this by himself. He's going to be able to delay for a pretty good amount of time. It should be enough time for Half-Hearted to be able to get up here and keep it neutral for a longer period.
Yep, Half-Hearted a little bit scared, but doing what he can, but gets the attention of Aish, which is going to leave Jaja. No, Jaja's actually just going to come for the kill. I mean, Kog'Maw's so squishy right now, they should be able to finish him off fairly quickly. Just get that Nashing Guillotine. Nope, actually was not even necessary. Talithpia going to get that kill, and just trying to get that maximum true damage onto Ezreal as he retreats. The windmill is going to go back in favor of Blind Pick Banditos. Meanwhile, Elias is going to pick up that Storm Shield. Take another look at bottom of Parker's. Every time we look down, Parker's always getting pressure, but this time around it's Painkiller who's in fact going to come down for the gank instead of a teammate from Blind Pick. But there's the True Shot Barrage. However, Cometarius cuts off Talithpia, forcing the Arcane Shift away from the fight, and Captain Blueberry shows up with the ultimate on. That's going to give some good sustained. Painkiller constantly just trying to help push out these minions and fight Eulalia away from the others. It is a 4v2, but Eulalia with great sustain. Aish so tanky. Elia's gonna go down, not able to clean up Painkiller. Meanwhile, Parker's comes back full health. Good Howling Gale is just gonna keep this tower alive for a little bit longer. Eventually, it does get neutralized, so they don't have the defensive advantage. Breaking that absolute zero to make sure the damage goes onto Parker's. Picks that up. Aish is still alive. This Rammus is so tanky, but eventually will be a double kill for Captain Dewberry.
As Spooky Rammus finally gets taken down there, Half-Hearted and Jaja have been exchanging blows, and Half-Hearted a little bit ahead at some points, but a little bit behind others. Jaja does have that Noxian Guillotine there, and get him, Kog'Maw! Yes, Kog'Maw got that kill! Sweet! No Captain Kill-Stealing Jax this time, and Confidare is free to just run up and be like, hey, windmill, I got it, it's fine. Ezreal's shot, however, is... I called that. I knew that was going to happen.
Yep, and Cometarius is in fact trying to move out of the way, still gets hit by it, but is going to be able to channel right back. Can he get the he will get the neutralize. I'm not sure if he can get the cap. Oh, the Garrison actually stopping the neutralize. We've seen this happen so many times today. Just great Garrisons on the move. Elale gonna get that Infinite right in tower range, but great ult from Lulu, saving Commentaris. It breaks the Infinite Duress channel, allowing Jax to move out of tower range, and also, of course, giving him a little bit of a health boost so he can live slightly longer. They have a huge minion wave pushing for them here in favor of Pex, and they're pushing pretty much only against Eulalia. We do have the others making their way up, though. Talasky flying with that pulse for Ezreal, and here comes Ashe. Jax has already gotten the kill on to Eulalia on Warwick, and Jaja, now in the core of things exhausted, still gets the shutdown onto Jax. Captain Blueberry is going to be the next target. There's the Noxian Guillotine, and Painkiller, no, they're going to ignore Painkiller and go straight for Hayparter. They know where the enemy damage is at. A triple kill with the dumps. Jaja will still get taken out, but it's a quadra kill for Darius before he goes down.
Yeah, Ashe just kind of skirting, you know, the line of like success and failure with his HP. He's doing a really good job of being extremely tanky, extremely durable, winning that fight kind of decisively, but it was really rocky in the opening there, especially with Eulalia taking all that damage up front like that and quickly being pushed out of the fight. At the bottom, however, Infeed's got a Parkhurst against the tower again. Minion's pulling off that neutral. He's going to get that kill and is going to have to back off. And Infeed has really been dominating this bottom lane. People have always had to come down and pull off ganks or something like that, and this pulls attention away from the top right now with Infeed retreating and Jaja and Talos PA down there, which means it was just Eulalia up at the top, and it was an Eulalia sandwich. It was her between these three other guys up here and just got run over, unfortunately.
Yep, but Ashe, again, just running straight for this quarry, and did start the channel. Is it going to go through? No, Infeed's going to get there just in time. Of course, Noon is very fast with that Blood Boil, and then the Ice Blast, such a great slow. Meanwhile, Painkiller, nope, not going to get the neutralize, was attempting it here at the drill, but now slightly pinched. Captain Blueberry is in the area to help. The snare does not hit, and that's a great apprehend by Jaja. Can they follow through, though? Talos PA lagging slightly behind. Jaja's taking a lot of damage just being kited by these two mages. The snare, again, will not land, but the apprehend will, in fact, bring Captain Blueberry closer, and Jax is going to go for the lead strike, but there's an amazing arcane shift over the wall once again, keeping himself out of danger. Lead strike comes off cooldown, though. Jax is able to stick to him, but that's a great Infinite Duress. But Lulu, again, using Hugify to knock Warwick away so that the channel breaks, and now it's a duel between Talasky and Captain Blueberry. Swain versus Ezreal. No, Painkiller is going to come and make it a 2v1, puts out so much damage on Talasky. It's going to be one more basic attack. So close. Painkiller running very low. Eulalia going for the kill, has the blood send, but an amazing snare by Swain, going for that save, and Eulalia comes back in. There's the shield from Lulu. Captain Blueberry is still alive. Eulalia is going to go down, and there's the morph coming out from Lulu. They're just using the utility so well to save each other and pick up some extra kills in this extended fight. Ashe is running away, but Ashe is so tanky right now. I don't know if they want to continue chasing him. They do have the 3 caps, so they have the advantage. The taunt goes down against Commentaries, but here's Jaja to help. Rammus does go down. Can Jaja pick up the kill? If he can just get another stack and then a Noxian Guillotine, oh, he's going to secure that. Make sure he doesn't run away. Puts on a ton of damage before going for that Guillotine. And now it's just going to be Hayparted up top. Captain Blueberry on the way, though, with a Painkiller right behind him. And they're going to run right into Jaja and a Parkhurst.
And a Parkhurst up from the bottom of the map, now up at the top end of the map. It seems Talos PA is going to be hanging out at the bottom of the map for a little bit here. So we have a Parkhurst, Eulalia, and Jaja up here at the top. Jaja, we've seen able to put out a lot of hurt on the enemy team, but Swain being extremely tanky. There we go, immediately diving with that suppress on Hayhard, trying to get him down. Lulu doing the best that she can to be able to keep him alive, but it is not going to be successful there. Jaja taking a lot of damage from that tower, and Kog'Maw going to get that kill with that, being dead and exploding thing. And Eulalia now the focus target. They want to get her down. Janet tries to shield her. That sustain buying her several extra precious seconds there. And Confidar is just looking, yes, there it is, that leap strike, waiting for it to come off cooldown before being able to jump and prey on Janna there. And Ashe is going to roll on out of there.
Man, we've seen this happen so much, pretty much every game today. We see one team dominating for the first half, and then the momentum switches just completely in favor of the other team, and it comes down to the wire at the very end. We've had Pex in control of this recap for quite a while now, closing the gap in the Nexus health to near 77 to 131. Still in favor of blind pick Banditos for now, but we'll see if Pex can hold on to this recap. They've been utilizing their utility really well. I mean, Lulu's been coming out with some good saves. There have been some sick snares coming out from Captain Blueberry. We see Ashe looking for either a gank or another back cap as the Parkers has returned to his spot in the bot lane, going against Infeed and Aish and Talith PA. They're dancing around here. They're dancing around. They're looking for a gank. Aish is going to come in with that Powerball. They wanted Infeed to commit to this tower. They're going to get him infinite duress, and then there's the taunt. Infeed gets melted, but that left only Jaja to defend against this drill, and that's going to be an instant neutralize and capture in favor of Pex.
And Nunu does have that revive. He immediately gets back on the scene in full force, full hit points and mana, gets down there to defend that tower. And the drill is captured in feed with that revive, able to stop the bottom from being captured, puts Pex at 4 points right now. Aish up at the top tower right now. Havehard gets up there to get an interrupt off on him, but Eulalia shows up, and Eulalia, we've seen, is able to live for a long time and delay for a long time. Captain Blueberry is going to dive straight past it and go for Aish to keep Aish from getting that turret, and Havehard is going to hang around and try and keep Eulalia away from that point, knowing how good Eulalia is at being able to delay. And Ezreal's going to get the shutdown. Talith PA going to take out Jax there, but Talith really low on hit points now. Blueberry and Painkiller are going to try and have to keep all of the remaining members of Blind Pick Banditos off of that point. Talith is very fragile right now. If he gets too close to Swain, gets hit with that dot, things might go not so well for him, and he is going to have to recall right there. And Captain Blueberry is going to hit his ult right there. Havehard back in the fight, throwing some extra damage, and Eulalia goes down. Aish low on hit points. They're really pursuing him pretty hard there. Misses just slightly. No, lands that. Oh, he's going to get away. Aish manages to get back to the tower. They have vision on him. He's double-digit hit points. Painkiller survival method in full effect as Aish retreats and hits that recall button.
Oh wow, I can't believe he made it out. Meanwhile, he did get a kill. We do have a Parkus on that revive, but the minions are here to help, and this time it's going to be Pex with that cap. It's another 4 cap in favor. They've now taken the lead 77 to 30, and we see another fight going on. Converteris is going to be taking a lot of damage. Talithia comes in. They have the kill on Converteris. They need to choose their next target. They want to turn on to Painkiller. No, it's going to be a split between 2 targets. Havehard is going to be one. Painkiller going to be the next. Painkiller living for now. Havehard gets taken down immediately by Eulalia. And Talithia chasing down Captain Blueberry. Does a lot of damage, but the snare and then the burst from Captain Blueberry is going to secure that kill. Can they neutralize enough towers in time? I don't think so. This game is... Oh, they neutralized the windmill, but no, this game is going to go in favor of Pex.
Crazy ending right there. Everyone meets in the middle of the map. Tons of damage exchanged. They split up. You look at the mini-map. There's 5... Everyone's gone 5 different directions. You have Nunu and Swain over the drill. You have Warwick up at the windmill. You have Rammus and Lulu at the refinery. Darius going down for the quarry. And Janna down at the boneyard. You're right. We're just not able to get enough neutrals off in time to be able to stop that clock. If that game had gone 12 seconds longer, those points would have gotten neutral. The game would have gone on. Who knows what would have happened? So close. That victory right there. Pex able to take game 1 over Blind Pick Banditos.
Yup, that was pretty crazy. Getting an invite to go straight into game 2 here for the final. Hey, no one's in here. We're the first ones to get invited. So
I have to throw down some screenshots real quick, and I'll be right with you.
Alrighty.
DD12 Finals, Game 1. This is BPB versus Pex. This is the outcome screen.
Alrighty, while we're waiting for the invites to go out, because no one else has even been invited, we're going to do a quick commercial break. Again, we just saw first game in a best-of-3 for the finals for today's tournament, and we'll be right back.
For those of you that don't get ads, Ritz Bits crackers with peanut butter, vastly superior to the cheese kind.
What? You're out of your mind. I mean, I love peanut butter, don't get me wrong. But, come on.
Let me know when the ad's over so I can plug the Facebook again. When are we doing that? When are we giving that away, Feedski? I'm sure people want details, and I'm not looking at the chat right a second because I'm doing post-game lobby stuff. Gotta track those 6 stats. I know y'all wanted them. Me and Rebel Dragon are working on it. Big, like, oh my god, like, fucking cake-sized thank you to Rebel Dragon for helping me out on this project. This was like a daunting task with just one person and with a second person on the team. It's really being awesome. Infeed, I will click that in a second. And, okay, after the finals is when the Arctic Caitlyn skin is going to be given away. The winner will be messaged on Facebook. Go like the Facebook page. That puts you into the drawing. Facebook.com/DominateDominion. will put you in the drawing to win that. Oh, right. DD12 Finals Game 1. This is text, graph. Which graph?
I'm still impressed by that Nunu pick coming up from Infeed. It was brilliant strategy. I mean,
that was so good. I loved it.
Brilliant strategy. It's something new, and as casters, we geek out about new strategies, new picks, and that was pretty good.
He just stood there and ate the minions like they were popcorns. Like,
yeah, he was just like, I can sustain all day. I have a health relic next to me. I can consume minions, and you can't. And my minions are eventually going to knock down your tower several times. He even just went in for some kills. He would fight under the tower and then just consume minions mid-fight to sustain. It was a good idea, and it worked out great. Man, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Nunu ban. I would not be surprised.
Ban Nunu, ban Ezreal, ban Lalia,
just pick up
ban
directed bans. And everyone picks like the standard bans, and we see Kassadin. And all these people come back into the game.
And they don't play them that much, so the game's terrible.
That'd be so funny. Everyone's like, man, I don't remember how to play Kassadin. I know he's great, but...
I was so happy to see a Rammus. That Rammus is a little shady, though. I don't quite trust that one. He's all, like, evil looking and stuff. I don't know.
Dude, man, in the splash art for that skin, the Chrome Rammus, I can't get over the, like, cheesy grin he has. The cheesy, evil grin. It's like he's, like, all, dark and chrome looking, and then he's got, like, zipper smile.
Yep.
Zipper teeth. It's weird.
Alright, I gotta... Where is my button for that? Okay. Let's see.
For those of you just tuning in, we are waiting for Game 2. Not even all the players are in here. We're waiting for Gander to do his little ditty on stats and organization. We're waiting for players to file in, but it is a best-of-3 finals. The first game went in favor of Pex. We'll see if Blind Pick can bring it back so that we can see a third match. I mean, I know the players would rather just have 2 games and win, but as a caster, I always want 3 games, regardless of who wins. And I know that's not how the players want it, but that's just what I want. I just want to watch 3 games.
I don't care how many games there are, as long as they're cool. I actually prefer to be 2-0 because of encoding time. It pushes me right up against that. It pushes me right up against that 11:59 p.m. on Monday. Recently. Although I've had some trouble encoding recently, just because the games have been abnormally long. Like last week's games were all like 25 minutes. It was like, whoa. Okay. Let's try to tweet about the tournament. Maybe spell it correctly, actually. I forgot how to spell. It's okay.
Yes, I was looking at the Nunu buffs because I knew there were Nunu buffs. I just didn't think about it during the game, but
Nunu buffs? We buff Nunu?
That would be why that worked so well. I mean, the passive got buffed. You only need 5 basic attacks now to get the free spell. Consume got buffed, more damage. Cooldown was reduced, and that really helps that strategy work out. So I'd say brilliant idea by Infeed. Brilliant.
Oh dear, Chung 101, you are the gift master. Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, he's got gifts.
Going back through the chat, this guy's got some for real gifts. So good. Is there anything I missed in the chat? If there's questions or stuff, we try and read the chat whenever we can. Obviously, we can't see it during the game, so. Let's see. I know we need to market, Chung. We're working on it. We're working on it, man. There's so much behind-the-scenes stuff, you wouldn't even believe it. Wait until I'm like 55 and retired from esports. I'll have like a book you can buy. I'll sign it for you. I'll have like a sick book tour. Be great.
Alrighty. Just getting the good to goes from both teams. Both teams are ready to go. Good luck, have fun coming out. We are jumping into game number 2 of the finals for Dominate Dominion number 12. If you guys like what you saw today, go ahead, gather some friends. If you don't have other friends who play Dominion, just jump into the Dominate Dominion chat channel in game, or go on the forums on dominatedominion.com and be like, hey, I want to play in this tournament, it's free to enter, and we can win RP and the Triumphant Rise skin and all sorts of cool things. And I'm sure people will all jump on that, and you guys can come out as a new team.
And we're seeing Urgot be banned first. Followed by, we get cast in mouth like Darius also. Getting some of these heavy hitters out of the way. Are we going to see another Poppy ban? Are we going to see an Ezreal ban? What would you do if you didn't have Ezreal? What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
No. I'd stay and listen. Might give you some constructive criticism.
Yay! Such happy. Also, for anyone watching, hi, I'm Gander. I cast League of Legends Dominion. I also do StarCraft 2 player interviews at events like MLG IPL. Find all that stuff on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/VatoClan. But what I actually want to say is I misspell things a lot. Half the time it's intentional for comedic purposes. The other half the time is because I have a wrist problem, so sometimes I just don't hit the keys right and can't be bothered to backspace and try and retype it 4 times and fail 3 times in a row. Makes me sad. So... sometimes my spelling is wonky. Just figured I'd warn people. Seeing a Swain ban! Captain Blueberry's so good! Ban that Swain.
No ban.
Yeah, no Nunu ban. Seeing Poppy getting picked.
Yep.
I bet he's going to throw that over to Alalia.
Yeah, they want to secure that. It wasn't banned this time, so Alalia's probably like, yo, secure
Wonder
Poppy.
if Hayfard plays a good Ezreal. Because he plays a good COG, so he's good at being that stand back and shoot kind of thing. Wonder if he'd be able to handle Ezreal.
Oh, well, we're seeing it highlighted.
I predicted that there would be an Ezreal pick over there because I was 100% sure that there was no way they were going to let them get Poppy and Ezreal. That would have been absolutely insane. So, I wonder who's going to play that.
I don't know.
I don't know who plays Ezreal on that team. I'm thinking Painkiller or Hayfhearted will play.
Someone in chat saying, Valandum saying, doesn't think Hayfhearted owns Ezreal, so we'll have to wait and see. But, I mean, like you said, definitely don't want to let them have 2 of the champions they're known for, so you definitely want to deny that. I mean, if you have someone who can play Ezreal, he's a great champion, so we'll see how that goes through. Excuse me. Yeah, so we're just waiting on some more picks. I mean, you know, we're in the finals, so we've seen most of these bans. Not much to talk about. Yeah, definitely go check out Gander's stuff. Cool stuff that he does. I don't do as cool things. I just cast a lot. I started off casting for Summoner's Rift, and here I am on Dominate Dominion. I'm loving it. Love casting Dominion. It's a blast. There's just so much action going on. It sometimes makes me kind of sad that I can't geek out and talk about like the builds, but then I'm okay with it because there's just like so much craziness going on in terms of micro and team play and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of like fascinating things in games. You can know very little about a game and be like, oh, that team fight was so cool. You can know like a medium amount about that game and be like, man, that initiation was so good. And then you can know like a ton about a game and be like, oh my god, that team fight, did you see Warwick's HP bouncing up and down like political views? What? Yeah, it's like the more you know about the game, it just sort of changes what your fascination is with it. You start seeing different things.
For sure. And we have Aishon Ramus again. Ooh,
that team over there is really scary. All 3 of those champions are like ban worthy.
Yeah,
they're
looking not so friendly.
If they take Jack's Pantheon next, oh dear, that would be ugly. That would be. I don't think they could beat that. Because you'd have Poppy, Wukong, Rammus, Jack's Pantheon. They wouldn't have a bottom lane though, so I guess that wouldn't work. No, you can have Jack's bottom lane.
Yeah,
that's fine.
You can put Jack. Yeah, that'd be dirty. I mean, ooh, man. Now I'm wondering if you just gave gave that to them. They like weren't thinking about that, but they're like, "Hey, did you hear that?" Okay, so I've had that happen. It was during a Riot versus Community game night. One of my co-hosts was like, "Hey, I'm not sure why this Lux hasn't picked up Athene's Unholy Grail yet." A couple minutes later, we see that he's picked it up. He's just dominating with it, and we're like, after the game, we're like talking to him, and he's like, "Oh yes, I heard you say that." And I was like, "Man, why don't I have Athene's Unholy Grail yet?" Picks it up, goes for the win. It was pretty crazy, but we're not seeing. We're actually seeing. So we're seeing a Kog'Maw versus an Ezreal again. This time switched though, and then Udyr, Jaja and Udyr. I haven't seen that in a while. It's been a little while. It's good to see it come back.
Yeah, some picks aren't as strong in certain situations, you know. So that's one of the reasons why sometimes you'll see, you know, 80 Mals. Sometimes you just won't see them at all. A lot of different stuff going on. You see Nunu and a Mumu, and
yeah, they just messaged me. Jaja couldn't select any masteries or runes. Bugged out.
Oh, that's actually really bad.
Excuse me. So they have to remake.
Just kidding, guys. Game lobby.
But Nunu got picked again. Really
Why
wanted
does
to see
Skype
Nunu
still say
play.
1? It said 1 for like 4 days. I want to know what the 1 is. I just don't know.
Oh, they gotta remake the entire thing. Okay. Right, because Jaja left. Okay.
Well,
But
I didn't break it, but someone else did.
but man, Nunu again. I'm wondering though if they're gonna do something different with Nunu. That would really throw off. If I was playing for blind pick, I'd be like, okay, yeah, they're probably gonna pick Nunu again if we don't ban it. He's probably gonna go bot lane. We have someone who can handle that this time. But then they like say send Nunu top, or like he starts roaming or do something crazy. It's like,
Top lane 80 Nunu.
yeah, it's like what just happened? we strategize around this completely.
That's what I think is
cool
really cool about champions like Malzahar and Cat. Because you can be like, oh, I can be AP, I can be AD. I can do completely different things. I can lane, I can tank, I can assassinate, I can whatever. Like, yeah, when you have a champ that you can just like do something really very what?
I just got
Broke again. Stop breaking it. What did he do? What did he do wrong?
Oh, never mind. Infeed sent me another. Like,
Yeah, he's on it.
yep, got it.
This guy, man, he's like, I need this win. Gotta invite people to the game as fast as possible so I can get it. I'm gonna be really curious to see what their bans are, because the bans don't matter. They just have to pick the same champs.
Yeah, they pick the same champs.
So
I didn't get a chance to write it all down, but I'm pretty sure I remember all of it. So it was Poppy, Wukong, Rammus, Udyr, and
they didn't ban Udyr, they picked Udyr.
Kog'Maw. Right.
Oh, you mean the picks. Okay, you're talking about the picks, yeah.
And then on Pex, it was Nunu, Ezreal, Lulu?
Yes.
Who are the last two? Or
Amumu.
Amumu. Oh, who's third and fourth? I'm missing the third. Who's the third?
One was Amumu. The other one was some damn thing.
Oh boy, I can't remember at all. You know, someone from the viewers probably remembers, and they're just laughing at us for our bad memory.
Ah, the casters are terrible. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty.
For those, someone already answered it. Yeah, the tournament draft now has the pause function, so it's It's always nice to have that. So it's still. Oh man, those bands. That Achilles man, OP. Ari Achilles Alistair. That just went down the line, huh? From the beginning. No creativity, man.
Yeah, I
Painkiller
know.
going across the board, banning out some important champions. Shadow's just like, nope, first 2 champions. Rise, thank you. See, someone from the viewers remembered. It was Rise. Now I know. I always rely on viewers for certain things. Some other times.
Wait until we have a lot and they realize they can control us.
It's just like, no, they had casted it.
It was Karma! And then we're like talking to the team like, hey man, that was a Karma pick, and they're like, what the hell are you talking about?
Man.
Oh man. It's true they didn't ban all the A champs. Anivia was still. Still.
Alright, so the picks have gone through. I didn't even take the blockers off when we quit the lobby. So they're still up, but...
Kool-Aid, sup, you're awesome.
The casters are myself and Gander, myself being Chobra. I'm not sure if you even know my voice, so that probably was a little confusing. But yeah, it's Gander.
I'm Gander.
I'm Chobra, if that helps you guys. I'm not sure how different we sound through stream, because obviously when I hear you, I sound different, but I'm speaking through a mic also, and it's out of control. It's out of control. But anyway, I wanted to say something and I can't. Oh, Karma. I actually really like Karma mid in Summoner's Rift, and I've been absolutely dominated by carried rather by a Karma in a all random all thought. It was crazy.
Oh dear. Ah man, I really need like a computer that I can like stream on. I'd love to do some like community event stuff. It'd be pretty awesome.
Oh man, we're going into the 3-minute delay. So game 2, Pex has the first game. Pex is this time on the purple side, which is the red side in game because I have colorblind mode on. So yeah, they have a win so far. If they win this game, it's the last game of the night. But if they lose, we're gonna have to go into a tiebreaker.
The night can be up till 10 p.m. Yay! It's great because the Mexican place doesn't close. It's 24 hours. I can still get a burrito.
That is pretty awesome. I didn't realize it was a slate, actually. Maybe I don't want a third game. I'm like looking at the clock. I'm like, I'm not so sure. I don't have to be up that early tomorrow though. So it's pretty good.
I'm really hyped to see Pex win. Ah, it'd be so cool. Actually, both of these teams I want to win. I think I want Blind Pick to win more just because they're like the kings of second place, which that's not a bad thing because when you think about how much RP that is, it's like, oh crap. Like, you know, people understand that, you know, yeah, first place is first place, but second place is like, that's, you still win a lot. Like, there's a guy, this is an old story in like StarCraft land. There was this player, Yellow, who was a Zerg player, and he had like 14 second place finishes in like OSLs and stuff like that, or like the big name tournaments. And then there were all the other guys that had like they had like 5 first place finishes, which was an insane number. And everyone talked about how Yellow was bad, and I'm like, you know what? He made more money than some of those guys that had the first place finishes, right? Because he was always there, and like he was in the finals all the time. He would beat 14 people and then lose to the 15th. The other guy would just beat the 15 5 times, but he'd beat 14 people 17 times. It's like, guys, he's actually really good and making a ton of money. I love that about second place players. That's why I'm always excited when it's like, who's the top 8? Because you know that when you have a spread like that, like here in Dominion, you have Pays Evelyn Child Support, you have Blind Pick Banditos, you have Point Defense, and you have Cheese Enema. And, you know, arguably, you break that down into Point Defense, Blind Pick, and then Pex, Cheese Enema. I don't know which ones I would rank third, which one I would rank fourth. And without looking at my notes, those are your top 4 teams. But realistically, any of those teams can beat each other. And we're starting to kind of see that happen now, with Point Defense getting knocked out of the last 2 tournaments, Pex winning, Blind Pick winning, Cheese Enema winning. These guys are all like locked up for that top spot. And it's not really when you start getting down below that, when we have like a lot more teams, it'll be like, well, who are your top 8 teams? Things like that. Blind Pick Banditos, great team. Really want to see him get a win. Really want to see Pex get a win. These guys are teams that really deserve some first place finishes.
For sure, for sure. I mean, like you said though, I'm really glad that we're starting to see like a group of top teams emerge now. It's not always just like one or two. People are starting to rise. We're seeing some new strategies come out. We're seeing some good games that aren't in the finals. Like we're seeing intense matches like in the beginning of the tournament. Ever since a couple of weeks ago, really. So it's growing. We see new players all the time. It's great. It's just great to see.
All right, and at the loading screen now, this is Game 2 of the finals of the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 12. We have, in the final state, we have Pays Evelyn Child Support versus Blind Pick Banditos. On the top of the map, we have Blind Pick Banditos. We have Jaja playing as Udyr, Aish playing as Rammus, Parkhurst playing as Kog'Maw, Ilalia playing as Poppy, and Talith PA playing as Wukong. I am Gander of Vato Clan, and casting with me is...
Showbreak here, and on the bottom of the loading screen, we have Pays and Child Support, or PEX as we call them for short. We have Painkiller on Lulu, Infeed on Nunu, Confronteris with that Triumphant Rise, Half-Hearted on Amumu, and there my screen goes crazy. But who did... Oh, I got to Half-Hearted on Amumu, and it's Captain Booberry on that Ezreal.
Yay!
Yep. Game 2 of the finals. Make sure you get it to KDA. Make sure everything's good to go. Stream is on. You guys are loving it. I'm loving it. Gander's loving it. And Infeed's going to be going bot again. So it's definitely still a new bot. Is he going to go for the same strategy? I'm not even sure.
The little aura on Udyr is monkeys. The little ring around him.
I have never noticed that.
I just saw that and I'm like, what's going on?
That's crazy. It's because of his past, right? Yeah, monkeys. That. Wow.
Finding new things here.
Put up another stance, Jaja. I want to zoom in. Show everyone on stream.
Alright, looks like Jaja's opening Doran Shield, no Magic Mantle. Looks like he is going to be bottom lane. That Doran Shield's pretty standard, but you can go double Dorans or Doran's Ruby Crystal if you're going bottom. However, that no Magic Mantle I think is a target item against who he assumes is going to be bottom lane, which in this case is going to be Infeed's Nunu, it seems, and that no Magic Mantle is going to help out against him while that's going on. So I think that is a very good pick and a very good read from Jaja.
Yep. I mean, Udyr can clear waves quite fast himself. He's going to be able to actually duel it out with Nunu a little bit. I mean, interested to see how this works out. Interested to see if Infeed has something else up his sleeves that was prepared for this kind of somewhat of a counter or attempted counter pick. We of course don't know yet. We'll have to see. But we have Rammus, of course, making it first to the windmill. Already got a little bit of a channel off. We call him going. They're just going to start trading off, and who's going to make the first little bit of an initiation here? We do have Aish coming back around. I'm not sure if Pex is aware of Aish hiding out. I'm sure they saw him go up, but I'm not sure if they've forgotten just yet. He's going to come in with that powerball. No, he's going to retreat right back up, but this time they know for sure he's up there. He picked up that health load to make sure no one else can pick it up, and also to just regain some of that mana and health that he barely missed. A lot of taking down a lot of damage. Was exhausted also. Is she going to go down first? I don't know. Confronteer's running really low. Gets first blood, and Elias actually going to run away from Hayparter, but the tears are just too much. This sad crying mummy takes out the kill and now jumps onto Parker. The tower is still neutral, so no one favor Captain Booberry, however, kiting very well with the help of Lulu, and they're now going to turn around towards Aparcus. Hayparted not going down just yet, is going to survive, but there's the passive. You can't seem surprised. Is it going to be enough? Oh, the attempted juke around the tower, but not enough. And Aish comes right back up from the revive into Powerball. A lot of it now up here also, but it's still a 3v2, and Aish already has taken a ton of damage. Wukong now jumping in to put damage onto Rise, and this gives Poppy some time to channel, but again, not going to get the cap just yet. It's still a back and forth skirmish.
Captain Blueberry getting chased out of the fight finally after putting a ton of damage down, still chipping away a little bit there, trying to get Talith PA out of the fight, but Talith PA, don't stand in that. That mummy's so sad. He's so sad that you die. And Ilalia low on hit points now is going to have to run from Half-Hearted, but if he gets in range for that, slowly gonna... Whoa, there we go. We got... well, those are ultimates. And Painkiller's gonna go down. Ilalia low on hit points there. Have's trying to keep this neutral for as long as possible. And people are going down, and it looks like they, they got control of that. Blind Pick Banditos. They finally secured the windmill. Captain Blueberry getting taunted, held on to over there, but get that ult goes off from Painkiller there.
That Ezreal is super tall. But Ashe has taken quite a bit of damage once again. However, they do have the defender's advantage at this windmill, and Captain Blueberry being very aggressive, taking some tower damage. Not a good position. There's the Cyclone securing the kill. Parker's actually getting that last hit right there. And now it's going to be commentaries and Painkiller going into Ashe and Talasgate pretty much, and Parker's just trying to put out some damage from behind, and Ashe is going to pick up that kill.
And waiting just outside the line of sight, Haveheart is over there. No one else from his team yet in that position, and he's looking for a spot too. He finds Talus PA at half health, wants to poke his head out there, kind of show, hey, I'm a Mumu, I'm here, I want to last hit some minions, I like money. That interest rate on my bank is crazy. Gotta farm that up. Eulalia shows up at the top end of the map. And Rise and crew are back from the summoner pad, heading up towards the top end of the map. Ashe and Parkhurst hanging out in the bushes over there. They want to check and make sure they are not going to get jumped there. Infeed doing a little bit of work on Jaja here, but Infeed also kind of low on health himself. Jaja has that turtle stance, so his HP is kind of a lie, but everyone is descending on him now from every angle. Captain Blueberry over the wall right there. Starts unloading on him, and Jaja's not going to be able to get out of that. Painkiller begins the channel, but Ashe is just going to pop up right behind and start doing some interrupting right there. Jaja immediately comes right back to the tower with that revive. Up at the drill, however, though, a fight has broken out, and Confidara is getting taken out by Eulalia and a Parkhurst there. Haveheart still alive, though, but being damaged. Wukong waiting just to see if he was going to retreat, but he was not, so he decides to dive for it. And they are going to... They might not get that neutral off. Painkiller is right there and is able to chase them away.
Oh, that was an excellent use of the heroic charge, though, to get away. Used it on a minion to gain some distance and then run away. Good choice by Eulalia. And also good play by Painkiller, using the abilities correctly to interrupt both immediately, so one wasn't seeing it. And there's an absolute zero here in the quarry. Infeed and Captain Blueberry are ahead in terms of health, but Captain Blueberry and Infeed both really low on mana. They're just going to rely on their auto attacks, which of course Ezreal doesn't have a problem with that. He's a ranged AD carry, and they're putting out some decent damage, but again, Udi are really good at just clearing this wave. It's going to clear immediately, and they're going to have to back off here. Jaja going back. We have Ashe porting back to town, but Infeed and Captain Blueberry still have full health. They're going to just keep pushing. It's going to require someone else to come and assist Eulalia immediately, and that's going to be Jaja returning to his place in the bot lane.
Wukong goes for a Cyclone up top just to interrupt that the minions are able to push it over to a neutral. Exhaust goes down on him, and he's going to get taken out. He put an Exhaust out on Confidara's to try and limit the damage that he was taking, but wasn't quite able to save him. Ashe comes up into the fight, pulls a taunt off on Confidara's. Immediately, Painkiller hangs out to capture the tower, and Haveheart taking a lot of damage. Is he going to be able to be finished off by Kog'Maw? No, he is not. Ashe is doing the best that he can to try and get him down, but with Painkiller there to help out, things do not look good, and he is defeated. Up at the top there, Pex does take control of the windmill, and they also take control of the quarry down at the bottom. They are now 4 capture points up to the 1 of Blind Pick Banditos right now.
Yep, 4-1. Pex has a significant advantage. Of course, the game just, you know, it's still pretty much 7 minutes in, so anything can happen, but Pex does also have the damage buff, but it's a 3v2 down here, and they want to jump in, and good arcane shift, however, a lot of follow through because of the timing of that targeting, but again, Captain Blueberry, not enough mana to stay and fight. They're going to have to back off just for a bit. The tower is going to get neutralized and recapped in favor of Blind Pick Banditos. So they're going to go ahead and get a 2-cap against the 3. They're still at a disadvantage, but it's going to be a little bit slower here. We have Blind Pick Banditos just gathering around, trying to regroup, get something done, and we have Rammus and Wukong rushing up here to try to cut off Commentaris, and they're going to show up just in time. He's going to get the Rune Prison onto Wukong, but there's the taunt coming in from Rammus, and Kog'Maw coming in for help, and gets that last hit, picks up the kill. They're going to move on up into the windmill. Haveheart now just showing his sad little face, and he's going to try for the bandage toss across the wall. It's going to force Rammus to back off. The tower did not get the stun. The Captain Blueberry immediately jumping out. However, this is still going to allow Eulalia to really damage whoever she wants, because she's not taking damage from anyone else, but the ultimate stops as soon as they reach tower range, and Ashe and Parker is trying to channel on the tower to deny that tower damage. Amoon gets taken out by Kog'Maw, meanwhile Eulalia this time channeling the tower. Ashe running pretty low, but here comes Talus PA, takes out Captain Blueberry. Now it's only Painkiller left against 4 other people, gonna get taken down. Double kill for Talus PA, and with the help of the minions, they're gonna be easily neutralized and capture the windmill in their favor.
Minion party time up there. helping them turn that over. Good play by Talith PA, making that dive in for Ezreal there. Excellent job by Blind Pick Banditos in securing that point. Confidarius over there in the lane, doing some work trying to push that creep wave. Infeed having just used his ult down at bottom. Jaja still okay on hit points. Infeed low on mana. He's going to go ahead and recall after not gaining too much headway with that. He doesn't want to poke out right away yet, so he's going to go ahead back to trading some shots with Jaja. Over the top, however, H gets a taunt off on Confidarius, has those tremors going, and takes him down. Hayfard makes a dive for that, really wants to get rid of Kog'Maw. Is he going to be able to do it? No, Ezreal goes in for that kill instead. The team has been able to take out Cog, though, and now they are going to go ahead and they are going to back off for the moment, because right now with Rammus up there, with Wukong up there, with Poppy up there, they're really not in a good spot to make a dive, especially with Blueberry and Painkiller, Ezreal and Lulu, not the best champs to do that sort of engagement with.
Yep, and you know, Jaja's barely taking any damage from Infeed right now, has stacked absolutely tons of magic resist, already sitting at 184 magic resist, has that width end, which is also going to help with the damage output, but then the extra Nectarine Cloak is just going to ignore Nunu and start the channel onto the Boneyard. Of course, that's going to draw the attention of Infeed, but then just going to come right back around and put lots of damage in. Is he actually going to be able to chase through? No, the Consume is going to keep Nunu alive for the time being. Meanwhile, top at the windmill, we do have a full-on engagement happening. The True Shot Barrage lands very well, a lot of running very low. So does Talith PA. Captain Blueberry has been exhausted, but so has Talith PA himself. Who's going to go down first? Captain Blueberry is going to Arcane Shift right out as he helps pick up that kill. Rise is going to go down. Commentaries was taken out, but Aisha is now the next target for Pex, and they're going to continue pushing and pressuring Parkers. The Parkers has the tower, but is all alone. Of course, Captain Blueberry doesn't want to get too close unless Parkers is crowd control down. Without that lockdown, he's in a lot of danger. There comes the Squirrel, but still was not enough. A double kill, and he's going to get the triple kill onto Amumu with the help of the tower.
Power mode Kog'Maw kills everybody. He's absolutely not going to let people get that. And even while dead, he does his duty to his team. Promote that Kog'Maw. Jaja eating a Rune Prison over here and taking a little bit of damage from Confidarius over at the bottom end of the map. And they are going to reclaim their neutral tower down there. And with that secure there, Eulalia, she looks like she's going to go for the Storm Shield in the middle of the map. Is going to pick up that up. Poppy Storm Shield. It's disasterific. Bad thing to have happen to your team. And now, Pex grouped up. Looks like they are looking for a place to make a play. Captain Blueberry is going to go out there. It's delicious bait. Admiral Akbar would love what's going on right now, and Eulalia is going to dive for it. She's going to put a lot of damage off of him. Kite him to Confidarius. Do it! Do it! And he's going to throw down Captain Blueberry, though I don't think he's going to be able to make it out of this unless he gets a sick Arcane Shift, which isn't going to happen, unfortunately. Eulalia low on hit points, and with Wukong's ultimate right there contributing to that. And Eulalia's still... Oh, she finally goes down, living seemingly forever. And now Painkiller is getting chased back to the Summoner platform. Really nice work by Blind Pick Banditos.
That was a really good fight. The bait was there, but Pex just didn't have the damage to follow through. They were also not able to keep Ezreal alive. Meanwhile, the fight actually is continuing here at the drill. Look at that minion wave that Talith has brought with him. Eulalia now helping with the channel. It's going to get neutralized immediately. Talith alive, but Captain Blueberry comes in with the Arcane Shift to pick up that kill. However, Commentaries gets taken out by Eulalia. Is just so strong right now. Look at that damage. Captain Blueberry pretty much going even in terms of how much percent damage is going down, but the Bandage Toss is going to help secure that kill against Eulalia. But that cost Captain Blueberry a lot of his life too. Meanwhile, bot lane, it's still been pretty much just both champions just ignoring the minion wave. They just want to fight each other. It's really more so Udyr just wants to fight Nunu and force him to give up his strategy. Aish is coming back with that Powerball, but just going to wait for Eulalia to get back, regroup, and Blind Pick will look for another chance to kind of, you know, pressure the advantage they have. They still have the 3 cap, and they've held it for quite a while. They have the momentum, and they're just taking some time to play it patiently, but so is Pex. They're looking to see what their next action should be. They lingered around, possibly going towards bot, but they're just going to wait here. Maybe go for another bait at the Storm Shot, I'm not sure. Havehearted picks up that Speed Shrine, and they're going to move from brush to brush just carefully as a team. And both teams checking that center brush. It's pretty suspense-filled right now. It really is just going to come down to whoever gets first vision, and it's going to be Captain Blueberry and Commentaries are going to go ahead and help push this out and pressure the windmill, which gave Blind Pick time to set up in the center brush right here.
They are in the more aggressive side of that little V-bush right there, and we're going to see what happens there. Glitterlands gets fired off. You see Aish. You don't see anyone else yet. up at the top of Parker's going to poke his head out. Everyone's going to go up for him right away. However, Eulalia cuts in from behind, chases Blueberry immediately out of the fight. He fires off the ultimate down into the fight there. Confidarius goes down extremely quickly. Hayford is going to be one of the people taking a lot of damage, but they switch over to Painkiller and Blueberry, and back to Hayford again. Hayford goes down, turn their attention to Painkiller. Blueberry's just too far out of range to be able to be attacked effectively at the moment, really being able to kite very well and deliver his damage while on the retreat. Is it going to be enough, however? He gets pushed back all the way up against the wall near the drill. Garrison goes down, saving that tower for the moment, and Blueberry and Painkiller are able to get Eulalia down, and Parkhurst is going to have to retreat. Ezreal really getting those shots in as he ran from that fight.
Oh man, that was really good kiting coming out from Captain Blueberry. Of course, they lost a lot of lives in that fight, but in the end, he was still able to pick up a double kill at the tower. They didn't lose the tower, and right now it's going to be them who are going to pressure this top. Oh, the windmill didn't get neutralized. Good interruption coming out from Kog'Maw, and it's still just sitting there. Someone just needs to go tap it for half a second to at least get the neutralized, but they want to secure the kill first, and it's going to force Talisier to also run away. And we're going to have Captain Blueberry come up. Now that the minion wave is also there, they're going to get an easy capture and turn this back around for the time being. Ashe ignoring Hayford and running straight through and going for the enter. It was not captured just yet. Talisier came for the interruption, and Captain Blueberry is alive for the time, though. That ultimate coming out from Lulu is keeping him alive. He has the damage buff. Can he take a... No, Lars is going to tap him once with that hammer, and he's going to go down. A Parker's coming in to help take down Painkiller. A lot of needs to watch out right now, but it's Ashe who's tanking the tower, and they're going to be able to channel it right away so Ashe doesn't take any unnecessary hits. We do have Captain Blueberry using that revive, trying to come back up. Can he get the interruption? I don't think he will. The capture will go right back in favor of Banditos.
He goes up, fires off a couple of shots, and then is chased away. Takes a little bit of damage from Kog'Maw in the process. Infeed and Jaja, their health and mana keep changing. Nothing really happens down there. It's like infinite combat. It just never stops. Trading some blows, turtle stance, phoenix stance, eat a minion, snowball, turtle stance, phoenix stance, eat a minion, snowball. That's basically the summary of bottom lane for this entire game. But it's been very consistent, and with that consistency bottom lane, it's really enabled top to be extremely active. It's what we're seeing. Parker's taking a lot of damage. He goes down. We got the snare from Amumu, and Talisier looks to be the next target. However, Rise is taken out, so one of their big damage dealers has been removed from the fight. And now Captain Blueberry standing outside the fight, trying to put some... What the hell? Where did Eulalia go? I don't know what happened there. And Hayford's taking a lot of damage. That's all I know now. But Poppy has been taken out. So Talisier is now... He's got to be the savior of this fight. He's turned into a small, fluffy creature. He's going to stealth back on out, but the Glitter Lance reveals him as he retreats. Ashe trying to keep Painkiller away. Painkiller might actually go for Ashe here. That'd be very interesting to see. And is not going to chase him terribly far. Just wants to get some more hits in on that Glitter Lance there. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, Painkiller's got taunted, and Talisier is going to... What the hell? I don't understand the world anymore. Minions OP. Nope, shield. Shield OP here.
Oh man, that was really well played by Painkiller. Good estimation of damage. Takes out really close call though, so it could have gone either way, but eventually comes up with a double kill. Captain Blueberry chasing away up Parkhurst, which is going to allow Painkiller to start that channel on the windmill, but Blueberry taking so much damage from Eulalia, uses the True Shot Barrage before he goes down, which is going to help Confiteries maybe take out, takes out a Parkhurst. Can a Parkhurst come in for the true damage? It's going to hit, but it's not going to be enough to finish off Confiteries. We on top has been neutralized. The Painkiller was chased away by Eulalia. Hayford is here though, so is Confiteries. But Confiteries' Painkiller really low though, so they need to watch out. And as a matter of fact, Eulalia is just going to port back because should Hayford... Oh no, waits for the teleports and is going to go for a free kill onto Confiteries as he was not expecting anything to happen right now. Talisier tries to use the decoys to sneak in immediately before getting spotted by that tower, but Painkiller was expecting something of the sort, uses the ultimate to get out safely. Eulalia gets the stun though. That's a lot of damage. Captain Blueberry comes in to help with the save. Not going to be able to get the save, but should be able to still pick up the kill. Shutdowns being traded back and forth.
And Peck's still in control of the top point at the moment. The Moon misses with the bandage toss. However, Talisier doing a really good job of avoiding some of that incoming damage. And Talisier is being caught by the roadblock that is Hayford there. Hayford getting taken down, and the point seems like it's going to go to blind pick Banditos. Unless Rise can get in range to do something, but I really don't know what he can do by himself. No, he sees that that's not a good idea to do. He's going to go ahead and he's going to drop a recall right there. Because he's got some reason to recall. He's going to go ahead and back off. Down at the bottom, Jaja and Infeed. Phoenix stance, eat a minion, get hit sometimes. Turtle stance, snowball. It's the same thing. Phoenix stance, eat a minion, turtle stance, snowball. It's just back and forth, back and forth. Eat a minion, turns around, turtle stance, snowballs him.
It's literally been the same throughout, but that's actually...
Eats the minion, turtle stances, snowballs him again. It's over and over and over. In the middle of the map, however, something far more chaotic is going on. Ace gets caught, a lot of damage. True Shot Barrage comes in, sprays, ults, and AoE going down. And both teams losing champions left and right. Along is going for Captain Blueberry there, and Hayfard is trying to get a Parkhurst down, and Blueberry is going to be taken out. Eulalia barely alive there, and she's going to... is it Cogball?
Wow.
Everyone is dead. It's, everyone's dead. Let's watch this bottom. There's nothing else to watch right now. Everyone's dead. Turtle stance snowball. The second I go down there. Nunu turns around, eats a minion, turns around, Jaja immediately turtle stances, gets hit with a snowball.
Oh, but the neutral is actually going down on the windmill. People were calling out GG because Pex was behind, but the minions get the neutral at the windmill, stopping the clock, and now they're back in the game, but it's going to be a huge skirmish next to the windmill. This skirmish may determine the game if Banditos is able to come out on top. The True Shot is going to, they're going to take out Eulalia right away as the first target. That's going to help them at launch. Talus, PA, and Ace targeting Blueberry right away, but is that going to be enough? Captain Blueberry, Arcane shifts out, just kiting so well, and that's what they needed. They needed to take Eulalia out so that Eulalia couldn't just burst down Blueberry and scare him away from the entire fight, so he could stay in and continue damage. Even if he gets taken out later, if Blueberry's away, the team fight, they don't have that much damage coming out from Pex, and they are in fact going to get the 3-cap back at the windmill, and if Arcus will be bursted down, can he get the kill onto Captain Blueberry? Oh, he's going to juke out of the brush, but no, trying to cut the corner, gets hit by the explosive radius, and we see a pink go down in bot lane, but I have no idea why, because it's the same thing yet again.
Yep, it's, Nunu just ate a minion, he's gonna snowball.
They're just standing
No,
there.
fake me out. Up at the top, however, they're diving for the top point. Blind Pick Banditos is engaged on this. They want to get Hayfard down so they can get this point, and with it, likely this game. Aish is keeping Convidaris back away from the point, so he's not really able to interrupt. He's going to have to dive through multiple enemy champions in order to be able to get there to land some sort of interruption. Ezreal with cross-map shot is able to stop that temporarily. Eulalia throws down the ultimate right there, and Painkiller is just trying to keep this thing from going to their team, and they might be able to stop the neutral if they can get there quick enough. Ezreal is getting up there, he's going to get that and stop that. The clock is still stopped at 180 to 14. Talus PA taking some damage. Ezreal gets a double kill there. Hayfard's going to chase the Parkers with minions! There's minions on the tower! Ezreal out-channel those minions! Poppy's going to come up and make it move on a Parkhurst right there. Captain Blueberry needs to go down there to help his teammate out, otherwise this thing is not going to go well for them. And Eulalia's going to get Hayfarded down. They're going to start capping on that, and Ezreal's dead. I think it's GG.
I think that may be game. They just don't have... I was also reading game chat, and Jaja and NP just talking about how much gold they have and how they want to go shop. They've literally just been sitting here the whole game, going back now and then to pick up some items. But that's going to be game in favor of...
Wow, they both have 6k down there.
It's crazy, this bottom lane.
The bottom lane fight was infinite energy. Ezreal shoots the bottom lane to try and get someone. Well, that's gonna tie up the series at 1-1. I'm an hour away from a burrito at this rate.